transitioning into talking about some other teams, obviously seeing Gibbs get drafted from the Lions made zero sense, right? Because regardless that the Swift trade happened, Gibbs goes, you get David Montgomery as well, but you also let go of the touchdown leader in rushing touchdowns last year, Jamal Williams.
Yeah, the thing that's crazy about that too is as soon as they got Jahmyr Gibbs, like Swift was like, I want out.
I'm sure.
Of course.
I'm
Of
sure.
course.
Yeah, you got 4 guys.
I mean, I guess, I don't know, maybe eight. Well, Jamal Williams either get up there in age and Swift maybe injury history or something like that coming into the contract year. They're not sure. They haven't grabbed Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is fucking disgusting. Let's.
I just think
I think both teams are going to end up happy with that deal.
at that high of first round.
Nah, yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, nah,
I know all the
right.
like the draft analysts were saying throughout ESPN and coverage of it. They're like, we just don't see running backs go this high because they're not as expendable as other guys.
I mean, I could question the Lions one more. I'm not questioning the Falcons at all with Bijan. I think Bijan's gonna be incredible. I think we all think Bijan's gonna be incredible. Did you see his they asked him, like, what are you gonna buy with your check? And he's like, I gotta pay my tithes. He's like, I might get like a small dog. I was like, this fucking guy, like this big ass motherfucker.
Well, yeah.
That's the last thing I expect to hit the fucking
got-
He's gonna be in the league for a long time. The first thing he wants to do with his money is pay his tithes. He's gonna be in this league a long time.
He's got his own mustard and like Bijan mustard. So because like Bijan and Dijon. So in the Falcons facility, there's a clip, and they're like, when you make it to the NFL and you're in your NFL facility and your mustard's
That's
like
funny as
you
shit.
can use your mustard for the for your food and snacks.
I like what they did there. I really like what Seattle did their first 2 rounds. Like, holy fuck. I mean, Devin Witherspoon, doesn't have to say much to say about that. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Derek Hall from Auburn,
I
which I
thought the
think
Derek Hall pick was huge.
super athletic, will honestly be able to fill in anywhere in that defense, the way they run their defense. And then I think Zach Charbonnet linking up in their backfield with Walker. I think that might be dangerous. I mean, Charbonnet, I feel like Charbonnet is like a little bit of a taller version of Kenneth Walker. Like, same thing, bruiser kind of backs. Like, can burn you with their speed a little bit, but will just pound you all game, then break the one up the middle. But then Charbonnet's just like a little bit taller, probably a little bit harder to tackle. It's gonna be a little crazy to watch out there in Seattle. I like how they drafted. Let me think of another pick. Oh my God, Addison in Minnesota. Like, okay, obviously it's gonna be a great wide. Thielen got up there in age. Yes, we know that. Okay, not as productive as he used to be. Obviously need to get number 2 to be with Justin Jefferson, but I feel like that team has so many more holes to fill besides wide receiver 2. I could be completely wrong. And maybe this is what they want to lean on, but I mean, half the reason they can't make it past a certain round in the playoffs and they lose a certain amount of games every single year is because they can't stop a wet paper towel. Why are we drafting Jordan Addison in the first round?
You have to at least understand,
Kid's gonna be great, but like holy shit.
With the Thielen exit, maybe it was just like, so who
that important? Is that important?
Yeah, it's
that
not.
important.
But like, you can at least say like, damn, maybe their front office
Didn't they give up
was
30
like,
points to you guys last year?
Yeah,
twice, didn't they?
and damn near in the fucking
No. We can't
first
be
round.
Jordan Addison.
Round, I think.
We can't be drafting Jordan Addison with our first pick if Daniel Jones is giving us a 30 clip twice. That's a problem. All right. Next pick I did like, though, my guy Joey Porter Jr. going to Steelers. I think he's going to be with them for a long time and having high production for them for a very long time.
And for the
You don't
family
see
too,
guys.
right?
Facts. Oh my God, facts.
Dad being there.
Holy shit. God damn. This show fucking sucks. Anyway. But that makes it. I wasn't even thinking about that angle and how good it could be for the Steelers. Like, what the kind of defense they run. First of all, his length. He can match up against anybody. And then we add the comfortability, the history. You fucking kidding me? Yeah, I mean, Steelers didn't miss there. Good for them.
Said that was one of their best picks of the draft.
I was there. You know me with Penn State, Joey Porter, how much I did say he was going to be a first-round pick, though, on this show. Well, I did guarantee he'd be a first-round pick, and he was round 2, pick 1.
Pick 1, so it was almost there. But in a lot of mock drafts that I saw with the Giants were actually from, draft analysts. Some Giants guys were saying to pick him. So I was a little shocked that he did not go first round there. And then just some kind of like buzz around the NFL draft was obviously the story about Will Levis. In I guess the days leading up, Mel Kiper on ESPN, Todd McShay,
a lot of hype,
saying all these good things about Levis, but saying that some executives, I think Colin Cowherd was in on this as well, Some executives were saying that they didn't like the flashiness of him
saw that.
him wearing his tank tops and showing his muscles. Apparently, that fucking turned NFL executives off, which made no sense to me. But
the explanation actually did make sense. Like, do I agree? Not really. But the explanation did make sense. Okay, this guy comes out here trying to show his guns off. He's kind of showcasing that he's a me guy. Look at me. Do you want your quarterback to necessarily be a me guy? Let's think. And then, Colin went into, those are the cocky guys that came in the league the last few years.
Yeah,
he did his thing.
But like Anthony Richardson is doing fucking flips and cartwheels in his, and like the executives aren't getting turned off at that. He could have gotten hurt.
One of my favorite quotes. It's from my boy. It's not even like a quote from somebody. Just people gonna make whoever they want the hero. And obviously, you could tell that there were certain things that people were pinpointing about Will Levis that they didn't want to make him the hero, and certain things about Anthony Richardson they want to make him the hero. Now, right or wrong, I think Richardson will be better than Will Levis. That was just me, regardless. I think Will Levis is good though. I think he has a ton of upside. I think if he gets into the right locker room, right coach to get into his ear, I think he can be fine. But I would have taken Anthony Richardson.
I was surprised that he went.
I think it was funny as fuck.
I thought the Colts were taking Levis.
Something that was weird about the draft, though, I just think it's so weird. Like, why do people? Can you read that caption?
Will Levis this is from Busted Coverage Twitter. It's a video of Will Levis and his girlfriend, and the caption of it says, "Will Levis's girlfriend looked more annoyed than he did that he hadn't been picked yet."
Can we, all right, I know it's funny. It's funny. Can we leave the people's chicks alone? You know what I mean? Like, it's so funny because it happens all the time. That doesn't happen as much.
Remember they gave CeeDee Lamb's girl shit with the phone?
I was thinking about the CD stuff. But it wasn't, she's bad as hell, first of all. So I guess it's warranted. But damn, can we not just drag my man down because he's not getting picked? Leave his chick out.
Stay calm, cool, and collected, bro.
God damn.
He's just as shocked as you.
I don't think she was there when he got drafted, and they were making a big deal about that.
Yeah, I think he was just off camera.
Can we leave the chick alone? I might have been off camera. I didn't send that shit to you though. Oh my god, it was so funny though because they took the video of him when he was on the phone and he was pacing. He took this weird ass step, and they was Will Levis is zesty as hell. I saw that shit. It was so funny. I had to send it to you. But damn. I mean, congrats to Will Levis for getting drafted. It is awkward as hell when you think you're going to be a first round pick and you're not. And then everyone's fucking jacking on you and your chick.
I'm surprised he didn't.
Hopefully he ends up being okay.
Did you see in the video, they're in his house. And I don't know if you saw, they kind of panned to the front door and you could see all these suitcases. They literally had just walked in the fucking door that morning probably.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why did you just stay there? You honestly,
no.
You knew, bro. You knew you were going to get picked though. And Darius Slay tweeted, "It sucks for players that don't get drafted in the first day when they get there, but stay there because there's no better feeling than hearing your name called and walking across that stage." And
true.
I'm not I didn't get drafted. I clearly don't know what that feels like, but I have to be, as an outsider looking in, I agree with Darius Slay there. You work this hard.
Am I reaching if I say that adds to the me guy theory? Since it's not. I mean, the day one, the first couple draft pick that he won, walk across the stage, the viral headline, picture clip, draft pick you wanted to be. Since it is day two now, draft pick, I'm just gonna go home.
It's not like they're gonna have a camera crew at your house at this point
and watch it from my house. Does that add to the me guy theory? Are they right about Will Levis? To be determined.
And for Tennessee, right now he's listed as the third quarterback. It's Tannehill, and then Malik Willis, and then Levis, but it has been stated that everyone's going to have an equal chance. So Will Levis
is there a dark horse story in our dynasty team brewing? Do we just stash Will Levis because no one's going to draft
him? We have Malik Willis.
We'll take the two Tennessee quarterbacks. One of them has to pan out, right?
One of them has to work out. Let's talk about another cool story about father-son. Chris Vaughn and the Cowboys were able to draft Deuce Vaughn, his son, to the Cowboys, and seeing the clips in the draft room of Jerry Jones handing over the paper and saying, make the call. Pretty cool. But just cool to see. I think I never knew that. I did not know Chris Vaughn was Deuce Vaughn's dad.
Found out that day.
Never really thought, we would be seeing these really special moments, especially with Joey Porter and Joey Porter Jr. and Joey Porter.
Facts,
obviously,
that too. I think that's a smash pick as well.
Yeah.
Like obviously with the Zeke news and all that, Tony Pollard's obviously going to be that guy. But
still
Deuce
coming off
Vaughn
his-
is
coming off
going
his
to
injury, though, too,
literally,
right?
yes, and Deuce Vaughn's going to literally be what Tony Pollard was for the first couple of years. So I think that was a smash pick for them. That's dope. And then the Joey Porter stuff too. Like that's crazy. I mean, shout out to the league. We had a damn good week in sports. Like we had the draft, the NHL Game 7s, good NBA series, Game 7s. We
I
had a
do
damn
want
good
to
week
say
in sports.
one last thing before we move over to MLB and then head to NBA.
We had a fight this weekend, Aljo, right?
That's facts.
And Triple C.
One of the picks that I liked that I feel like I'm going to get so much hate for saying this is, hear me out. I liked the Stetson Bennett pick to the Rams. I'll tell you why. First of all, this guy was projected to be rounds 5 through 7, and then after the national championship game, he went up to like 4 through 6 maybe. But then when he got arrested, there was reports that he might not even get picked. So what does Booker with Trent do? Let's bet him not to get drafted at plus 100. And then the Rams fuck you, and they draft him in round 4. Here's why I like the pick though: Stetson Bennett, Georgia guy. Matt Stafford, older Georgia guy. Get a little bit of veteran help. Being Georgia and Georgia as well, maybe 2 to 3 years down the line, Stetson Bennett will be closer to 27, 28, 29 by then. But then maybe he takes
listen
over.
to what you just said.
I know it's crazy.
What
But
the
I still like I like the fact that he can learn behind Stafford as a Georgia guy. And look,
100%,
is Stafford out of the league in 2 years?
100%.
We don't know, but he could be.
100%.
Now again, you would be 27.
100%.
And Jalen, and if you look at the outside picture, the bigger picture, Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson just signed for, 2 of the biggest contracts in NFL history, and they're the same age as you. So yes, that does fucking suck. Little concerning. But
you do got 2 national championships though. 2 things those guys don't have. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, at least he got some NIL
Oh, wait,
stuff.
does Jalen have
but-
2? Or does he have 1? No, he only have 1. He only got one.
So all I'm saying is, I think it's a good pick there just for the Georgia stuff and having a veteran quarterback to help him lead the way. But I thought it was kind of funny. I didn't think. And then Max Duggan
Yep.
to the Chargers.
Yep.
We'll
that
never
as well.
understand it. We'll never understand it because Justin Herbert will never
I mean,
understand
he
it.
could just be a just great backup.
But then you know what's cool? I saw this stat. Both Max and Stetson played their final college game at SoFi,
Wow.
and now they're both going to go
Play the first. Or
Play-
not the first,
just
but
be in the same stadium together.
That's
because they
fine.
share that SoFi. So that was pretty cool as well.
could you imagine if they both become starters and that's like a rivalry now? Like, let's say Herbert, like the Chargers don't want to pay him, like Duggan's showing something, like they start him, like Stafford just hangs it up, fucks his shoulder up, like then like that's like the rivalry. Sports is weird, man. Sports is crazy.
Sports is weird. Last thing before we move to the MLB, Aaron Rodgers, obviously
Facts.
heading to the Jets. And what was cool, he went to Game 6 for the Rangers Saturday night at MSG, sang the song with Breece Hall and Alan Lazard, and then the very next day goes to Game 1 of the Heat and Knicks series at MSG again and goes with Alan Lazard again. So pretty cool stuff.
Jets fans
Hey,
were not happy about their draft at all.
yeah.
I mean, kind of want to protect the guy he brought into town. Didn't protect the guy he brought into town. We'll see what they do, though.
Hey,
we'll see what they do. though.
Again, I gotta fucking move on, but I have to ask you this one. Did you like the Will Anderson pick after CJ Stroud? I
didn't
was
mind it.
seeing a bunch of stuff, people saying like, I'm not high on Will Anderson. I didn't like the pick, and I was like, I like how they got Stroud and then still got the guy that everyone was projected
I was
they were
gonna
going to
say,
get in the first place.
Nah, totally
They got
cool
him
with me. I think Will Anderson's gonna be a beast as well. I'm high on Will Anderson. Some people are whatever. People think he should have came out last year. Whatever. Will Anderson's Will Anderson. I think that was a smash pick regardless. We'll talk about that in a couple years. Type
Right.
Shit.
And the very cool thing, obviously, with Bryce and CJ,
Yep.
growing up together playing and then being 1 and 2 was pretty cool as well. So, all right, let's get over.